Alright. Hello everybody, it is I, Granorite, and here we are with our next playthrough, our second poison type team out of 4, which is going to be Venusaur, Gengar, Nidoking, Nidoqueen, and Gulpin. We'll swallow. As we do, we're going to start off by reading some Pokemon biologies. We'll get the team up to level 8, take on our rival, and get to Pewter City. Starting here with Bulbasaur. Those overgrow for its ability, so its grass moves deal more damage. At low health, knows Tackle and Growl. What do we know about Bulbasaur? Well, Bulbasaur is known as the Seed Pokemon. It stands 2 feet 4 inches tall, or 0.7 meters, and weighs 15.2 pounds, or 9.6 kilograms, and is a medium slow leveling rate Pokemon. It'll evolve, of course, in Ivysaur at level 16, and then Venusaur at 32. Bulbasaur is a small quadrupedal amphibian Pokemon that has blue-green skin with darker patches. It has red eyes with white pupils, pointed ear-like structures on top of its head, and a short blunt snout with a wide, small mouth. Small pointed teeth are visible in the upper jaw when the mouth is open. Each of its thick legs ends with 3 sharp claws. On Bulbasaur's back is a green plant bulb that conceals 2 slender tentacle-like vines, which grow from a seed planted there at birth. The bulb also provides it with energy through photosynthesis and from the nutrient-rich seeds contained within. Bulbasaur is sometimes seen napping in bright sunlight and can survive for days without eating. It is found in grasslands and forests throughout the Kanto region. However, due to its status as a first partner Pokemon, it is hard to come by in the wild and is generally found under the ownership of a trainer. It has been recently seen living at the Terrarium and Blueberry Academy. First partner Pokemon such as Bulbasaur are raised by Pokemon breeders to be distributed to new trainers. Having been raised by humans from birth, it is regarded as both a rare and well-behaved Pokemon. It is known to be extremely loyal even after long-term abandonment. Bulbasaur has demonstrated a nurturing instinct towards younger, weaker Pokemon, such as using its vines to pick up a crying Pokemon and gently rocking it back and forth through the air while singing a lullaby. Its bulb will flash blue when it's ready to evolve, but if it does not want to, it struggles to resist the transformation. Many Bulbasaur gather every year at a hidden garden in Kanto to evolve into Ivysaur in a ceremony led by a Venusaur. Its vines are long and strong enough to allow Bulbasaur to grab the branches of trees and pull itself up to reach berries. As mentioned in Pokemon Sleep, Bulbasaur sits still and basks in sunny spots during its sleep, trying to absorb nutrients from its seed to grow big. And our Gen 3 Pokedex information for Bulbasaur for Fire Red and Leaf Green. Fire Red's Pokedex says there is a plant seed on its back from the day this Pokemon is born. The seed slowly grows large. And Leaf Green's Pokedex says a strange seed was planted on its back at birth. The plant sprouts and grows with this Pokemon. Next we have Gastly, who has Levitate for its ability. Good special attack and everything. Knows Lick and Hypnosis right now. Gastly is known as the Gas Pokemon. Surprise. It stands 4 feet 3 inches tall, weighs 1.3 meters, and weighs 0.2 pounds or 0.1 kilograms, and is a medium slow leveling rate Pokemon. It'll of course evolve in the Haunter at level 25, and then since we can't do trade evolutions and the randomizer editing for impossible evolutions, it will go into Gengar at level 37. Gastly has no true form due to 95% of its body being poisonous gas and the other 5% believed to be made up of the souls of those who died from the gas. However, it consistently appears as a black spherical Pokemon surrounded by a purple haze. Gastly has a wide pink mouth with 2 visible fangs, though its eyes seem to extend past its round body. Visible eyelids surround them. It produces a faint, sweet smell. The toxic gas surrounding the main body can induce fainting and suffocation, and it is capable of enshrouding an enemy of any size. Gastly's gaseous form makes it one of the lightest Pokemon in existence. The Pokemon in the series episode The Tower of Terror suggests that Gastly has a playful personality, often frightening and playing pranks on people for fun. However, in the episode A Ship Full of Shivers, it shows a willingness to preserve or pass on memories of departed humans. It was also shown in The Ghost of Maiden's Peak, changing form and creating illusions, and is capable of phasing through solid objects and forming tangible hands out of its gases. Gastly can be found in caves and old dilapidated buildings, but may also be seen outdoors during nighttime. Its gaseous body will dwindle away when exposed to strong winds, so they huddle together in decent-sized groups under the house eaves to avoid the wind. They may also cause flickering lights in abandoned houses. As mentioned in Pokemon Sleep, Gastly is known to sleep while floating. A sleeping Gastly is said to give a sudden surprise should someone approach it. And our Gen 3 Pokedex information for Gastly. Fire Red says a being that exists as a thin gas. It can topple an Indian elephant by enveloping the prey in 2 seconds. And Leaf Green's Pokedex says almost invisible. This gaseous Pokemon cloaks the target and puts it to sleep without notice. Next, we have the female Nidoran, Poison Point, as its ability, and it has Scratch and Growl. The female Nidoran is known as the Poison Pin Pokemon. It stands 1 foot 4 inches tall, or 0.4 meters, and weighs 15.4 pounds, or 7 kilograms, and is a medium slow leveling rate Pokemon. It, of course, will evolve into Nidorina at level 16, and then Nidoqueen when we give it a Moonstone. Nidoran is a small quadrupedal mammalian Pokemon that has large spiny ears, oversized front teeth, red eyes, and whiskers on each cheek. It is a light blue with several dark blue spots, and there are 2 claws on each of its paws. Its back is covered with small toxic spines, and it has a small horn on its forehead. The poisons secreted by the spines and horn are extremely potent, and even a scratch from its horn or a drop of poison from its barbs can be deadly. However, this docile Pokemon only uses its poison when it feels threatened. Nidoran is more sensitive to smell than the male Nidoran, and it can use its whiskers to check the wind while searching for berries or avoiding predators. Female Nidoran can use its incisor teeth to crush the berries it forages for, and it lives in open spaces such as savannas and plains. And our Gen 3 Pokedex information, Fire Red says, though small, it must be treated with caution because its powerfully toxic barbs. The female has smaller horns. And Leaf Green says, although small, its venomous barbs render this Pokemon dangerous. The female has smaller horns. And then next we have the male Nidoran, who also has Poison Point for its ability, and it currently knows Peck and Leer. Male Nidoran is known as the Poison Pin Pokemon still. Stands 1 foot 8 inches tall, or 0.5 meters, weighs 19.6 pounds, or 9 kilograms, and is a medium slow leveling rate Pokemon. And just like the female Nidoran will evolve into Nidorino at 16, and then Nidoking when we give it a Moonstone. Male Nidoran is a small quadrupedal mammalian Pokemon. It is pinkish purple with darker patches, and has large spiny ears with teal insides, oversized front teeth, and red eyes. Its back is covered with 3 lines of large spines that can release potent poisons if threatened. The center line on its spines is taller than the other 2. The size of the long pointed horn on its forehead is indicative of the strength of its venom. Male Nidoran constantly listens for sounds of approaching enemies with large ears. Said ears have unique muscles that allow him to move in any direction, and even the slightest sound does not escape male Nidoran's notice. In order to listen to distant locations, it flaps its ears like wings. When angry, it extends the toxic spikes and charges. Stabbing with its horn to eject poison. Male Nidoran is brave and will risk its own life to protect the female Nidoran. It lives in open spaces such as savannas and plains. And our Gen 3 Pokedex information for the male Nidoran, Fire Red says its large ears are flapped like wings when listening to distant sounds. It extends its toxic barbs when angered. And Leaf Green says it stiffens its ears to sense danger. The larger its horns, the more powerful its secreted venom. And then last but not least, we have Gulpin, who has Liquid Ooze for its ability. So if we're hit by like Leech Seed or Absorb, Mega Drain, it will damage the Pokemon instead of giving it health back. Currently just knows Pound. Gulpin is known as the Stomach Pokemon. It stands 1 foot 4 inches tall, or 0.4 meters, and it weighs 22.7 pounds, or 10.3 kilograms, and is a fluctuating leveling rate, and will evolve in Swalot at level 26. Gulpin is a round, green, amorphous Pokemon. It has a black diamond marking on its back and a yellow feather-like adornment on its head. A female has shorter feather than a male. Its face consists of puckered lips and slanted eyes that are usually closed. It has 2 stubby appendages that are the same shape as its lips. It swallows anything of its own size, since its stomach comprises most of its body. Its heart and brain are very small in comparison to its stomach. The unique stomach acid it has allows it to digest almost anything. When it is digesting, vile, overpowering gases are expelled. It lives in grasslands and savannas. As mentioned in the sleep style decks, Gulpin is known to move its mouth while sleeping. When Gulpin's mouth is closed, that means it's digesting food. If its mouth is open, it means its stomach is empty. And our Gen 3 Pokedex information for Gulpin, Fire Red and Leaf Green's Pokedex both say there is nothing in its stomach can digest. While it is digesting, vile, overpowering gases are expelled. Alright, well, we're going to start out here with male Nidoran. I'm going to see if we can catch some Pokemon that we need for our Pokedex so we can get those leftovers. Let's get some Pokeballs. Let me get this guy to teach us how to catch Pokemon really quick so we can get that done. Alright, so let's see if we can catch ourselves a Pidgey and a Rattata. Alright, there's our Rattata. And there's our Pidgey. And then we'd like to get a Mankey and a Spearow from over here. Oh, we just took that out. Which is fine. We wanted to attack anyways. Maybe we can get a higher level Mankey. There we go. Now we're looking for a Spearow. We'll come back here and level up Nidoran later. Oh, back off. Knocked out my Nidoran because it wouldn't let us run away. What a butt. Excellent. Alright, then we can go catch some Pokemon in the forest. Let's swap up Gulpin. At least we don't have to worry about getting poisoned. But we can get paralyzed. Alright, let me swap up and then... Excellent. Now we just want the cocoons. I think it's funny that the male and female Nidoran just kind of swapped color palettes for their shiny forms. Get you. Yay! Then we just get a Kakuna. really want that for you. Nice. So fluctuating is fast early, slow later, unlike erratic, which is slow at the beginning and then fast later. Still looking for a Kakuna. I haven't ran into any Cocoon Pokemon at all with Gulpin yet. Oh, he's gonna get a lot of HP right now. Bulbasaur is a lot greener with this shiny form, comparative to its regular form. Alright, well there's our Kakuna. Alright, let's also see if we can put it to sleep really quick. That might help us catch it. Excellent. And we got Leech Seed. Excellent. Should get us up to 8. Speed is, I guess, what we really want right now. There's only a few things that I could take on with Gastly because of its only knowing a ghost attack. I can't hurt normal Pokemon at the moment. Spite. Alright, I think that's everything we want here. I'm gonna go take on some man keys. you specifically want Mankeys right now. Nidoran, male Nidoran will take on some Rattatas and stuff probably. Alright, we get Tail Whip. Swap our other Nidoran up. Was thinking I was going to give Shadow Ball to Nidoking, but I think I wanted to have Rock Slide, specifically for our rival. Since he'll have a Charizard. Nice. Focus energy. Alright. So we've already got our Pokedex up to 14 because we've got some other Pokemon that we don't have to catch later now. And they'll also have some evolutions that'll fill in. Let's take on our rival. We'll start with Nidoran up front. Focus energy. Well, it's not very nice. Hopefully it'll poison itself with our poison point ability. Dealing 6 a hit. There's the poison. Alright, it goes down. Charmander. We'll go to Gastly. So we'll have 3 evolutions next episode. And then maybe another 2 the episode after that. We'll also get Nidoking and Nidoqueen pretty quick as well. Maybe we'll have 5 evolutions next episode. Because there's no reason for us to wait on getting Nidoking and Nidoqueen, because a lot of their moves come from TMs, and then moves that they learn once they evolve. Yeah, quit dawdling. Okay. Let Gastly take on this guy with the Weedle. Nice. Caterpie, let's go to Bulbasaur. I should have leech seeded it. Let's keep it going. Nice. Let's just keep Gastly up here. And then we'll let Bulbasaur take on the Kakuna. Leech Seed will be the thing that takes it down. Nice. Then I also want Bulbasaur to take on these two Caterpies. Should be easy enough. Oh, we got Vine Whip, very nice. Alright, let's swap Gulpin up for this next fight. There we go. One down. Oh, we got Poison Gas, very nice. We'll let female Nidoran go for this Caterpie. Nice. And then we'll go back to Gulpin here. Ah, I got rid of the poison. Did it again. Excellent. There it stayed on 2 turns. Swap Gastly up again. Jeez. It's already a 33 attack on that special attack on that Gastly. Jeez. Alright, well this is where we'll end this episode. I'll get the team up to level 14 off screen, and then we'll be back tomorrow with more Pokemon. Until then, we will see you all next time.